What's going on YouTube? So today in this video, I'm going to be going over the comparison between the Apple AirPods second generation versus the new AirPods Pro that just came out today. So AirPods Pro, as many of you probably seen, these are brand new Pro version of the Apple AirPods that just came out today. They do have a decent amount of differences between the regular AirPods with the ones that have been around for the past few years. So I'm just going to go over a comparison of all the different things that you're going to get with the new AirPods compared to the older, essentially now the older generation AirPods. So right off the bat, the first thing you'll notice is the sizes of the case. So if you look at the cases, the new AirPods Pro case is not as big as it looks or as wide. It's actually pretty compact. If you kind of put it side by side, it's really just a regular case that's a little bit wider and a little bit taller. This will still fit in your pocket. It's really not going to be, it looks like it's a lot big of a difference, but it's really not. You can see the way you put the headphones in is a little different, I guess, because this right here is a little bigger, so just to accommodate for that. But overall, the size difference, it's slightly heavier, but you really won't notice much of a difference. It's just a little wider, a little fatter, and that's pretty much it. Also, because these are in-ear headphones, you get adjustable ear tips, which you don't get in the AirPods. AirPods, we all know, AirPods, they come with the one size fits all, which for me, I've liked. Some people don't like them, they don't fit well, but it's kind of subjective. But for here, you have, if you can see really closely, you have small versus large ear tips, and they're actually pretty easy to put on. So if I want to put on the right ear tip, these kind of have like a little plastic lining around them. So it's really easy, you just pull it off. This is a new one, and you can push it in a little bit. You just push it in a little bit, it's in. Took maybe 2 seconds compared to the other headphones, which have that really thin stem in the end, and you kind of have to wrap it around, get really tight, close with it. This one's it's pretty simple to use. Adjusting ear tips shouldn't be a problem. And even putting them back in the casing, you also you push down a little bit and they're in there. So that is the first big difference that you'll notice with these. Also in the box, let me just put this on real quick. Also in the box, the charging cable that you get with the AirPods Pro is a Lightning to USB-C cable, which compared to the regular AirPods, you just get a normal Lightning cable. So with that USB-C, what you can expect is usually a lot faster charge times. And also just USB-C, it's the future. That's what all the phones, all the connectors are going to be. So it's nice that they included that in the box for the price you pay, which was $249. So that's the first big difference as far as how the case looks and the fit. The one big key difference that these AirPods have, the AirPods Pro, that the regular ones don't have, is active noise canceling. And this is actually, they outlined it pretty interestingly in their website about how this works. So essentially what this does is, if you're trying to do active noise canceling per se, it's basically going to take in all the sound waves that come into your ear, and then take that, filter it out, which what they call anti-noise, which is basically taking out whatever sound waves that are not the music that are coming from the outside. And it'll do that for both ear tips at around 200 times per second. And when you do that, when you take that into, when you factor that in, it's essentially pretty much 24/7, constantly taking what's coming into your ear, blocking it out. Does that 200 times in a second. Who knows how many times that is in a minute, a day, who knows, but that's essentially how that works. And there's two microphones that'll do this. There's an outward facing microphone and an inward facing microphone, and they're, like I said, they take these sound waves in, filter out all the noise, and help you have a pretty good noise canceling experience, which I think, from what I've tried already, these are very, very, very good. For a pair of earbuds, these have exceptional noise canceling. So that's already something I'm really, really, really liking out of the box. And another feature that they have on top of the noise canceling is transparency mode, which they also just included in the new Beats Solo Pros. So with the transparency mode, you can have the earbuds in, and you can also hear your surroundings. And essentially, without getting too into detail, it basically takes the process of taking the noise from the outside and replacing it with anti-noise with their noise canceling. It's essentially the opposite of that. It's essentially taking the outside, taking the outer, your surroundings, and amplifying it into your ear. So you have a better understanding or better hearing of what's going on around you. So let's say you're going for a jog, you're doing something where you kind of want to listen to music, but you kind of have to hear what's going on. These are going to, the transparency mode is going to be really good for that because, excuse me, once, like I said, it takes that noise from the outside, amplifies it, and you already know what's going on around you. And like I said, I tested this out already, and so far I'm really, really liking it. So those are the two big positives that you're getting with the new AirPods. And also, so now let's get to the sound of these AirPods, which I think a lot of you are gonna like. So I'm gonna say right off the bat, these AirPods Pro sound way better than the AirPods second generation. Whatever the technology that they've included in these AirPods are, I don't want to say blown away the second generation AirPods, but there you do hear a substantial difference. And I'm going to put to the side of the video kind of what Apple describes as of what they've done with it. But I know they said stuff about there's like a new dynamic range amplifier in it. There's a new speaker driver, which is going to help with a lot more better bass, better mids, better highs and lows. Which I can say for sure that these definitely sound a lot better than the regular AirPods. There's so much more bass. The vocals are so clear. And when you top it off with noise canceling transparency mode, I mean, for the price, it's starting to look like it's going to be very hard to beat. And you really might get a lot more out of your money with these AirPods Pro than the regular AirPods second generation. So essentially for the sound, that's really what it is. I don't want to get too into the details because to be honest, not many people are really going to understand all the little bits of information that they provide. And also, it is subjective. But what I can say, just to summarize it up, really good, extremely good bass, very good vocals. This is just say. So another key difference that these AirPods Pro have with the Apple AirPods second generation is these are certified sweat resistant, water and sweat resistant. So these AirPods, to be honest, you see people in the gym. I've used these at the gym. You can wear them in the gym. Honestly, sweat and water, I've never had an issue with it. There's been tests I've seen online where people have thrown this in so many different conditions and they've lasted pretty good. But now these AirPods Pro have that official certification, so you can actually wear these wherever you want, in the gym, and just essentially for the gym. You can wear them to the gym and they're not, any sweat that you have, you're a very sweaty person, for example, who knows, I don't know, whatever, but they're going to sound fine. They're not going to